In Search of Tomorrow, the definitive guide to 80s sci-fi is a 4+ hour documentary with over 75 names already attached and more to come. The documentary will feature interviews with the creative forces behind the decade's biggest sci-fi hits. Back in Search of Tomorrow now and get immediate access to the Discord community to take part in live watch-alongs and special guest Q&As, as well as exclusive merchandise like Blu-rays, posters, t-shirts, and more. Follow the link in the description and back in Search of Tomorrow today. Now, I don't know how y'all spent your stimulus money, but I used mine to scratch an itch that I've had for a very long time. This is the Evil Dead 3-disc limited edition release with display bust and more. I did a video talking about this specific release a few years ago, as well as a similar one for the Evil Dead remake, and I complained about how we just don't get awesome editions like this here in the US. This is a German release, and there was a similar release in Japan, I think. And I believe this first came out in 2017. There's a copyright back here from 2017. Over the years, I would occasionally check eBay to see if any of these bad boys were listed. I never saw more than a couple of these ever listed at any one time, and the pricing, with shipping included, was always a little too rich for my blood. And then one day recently, as if it were meant to be, I came across this one. I made the seller an offer, we went back and forth a couple of times, and eventually met somewhere in the middle when it came to price. I asked the seller very nicely to pack it up securely, and within a few days, it showed up on my doorstep. So without further ado, let's open this bad boy up, speak aloud the incantation, and see what happens. Groovy?
Groovy.
Here's a card with all of the contents of the box. This release comes with a good-sized poster that features the same artwork from the box. There's a t-shirt with the same art on it. It's a large, but not large enough for me. We get a Mediabook which contains all 3 discs. There's the famous quote from Stephen King that's appeared on just about every release of Evil Dead. Der hartest und originellst Horrorfilm des Jahres. That actually kind of sounds like the incantation from the Book of the Dead. This is also a really heavy Mediabook. Here's the back with all the information on the extras and technical specs and so on. And the cherry on top, we get this gorgeous hand-painted bust. On the back of the bust is a space to insert the Mediabook, and this is just a thing of beauty. It's heavy too. My goodness, it's like a brick. You've got the classic image of the woman being dragged down into the floor by a decayed arm. There's some nice detail on the arm with the bright red vein, and we see the bone beneath the denuded flesh. That's a great word, denuded. Let's take a look at this poor young woman who chose the wrong cabin to hang out in and the wrong book to read aloud from. Her arms look really nice. Whoever sculpted this seems to have paid a lot of attention to the musculature of the arms. The arms do seem a bit long though, but we are all as unique as snowflakes, right? She's reaching out to you, desperate for help. I remember seeing this image on the VHS box back in the day during one of my first trips to the video store and just being in awe. Check out her face, the expression of shock and horror there. There's some nice shading around her eyes, nose, and mouth. Let's look at her hair. Her hair is nice and full. I assume she uses some sort of volumizing product. Here's her torn nightgown. Are nightgowns still a thing? Were they ever a thing? I don't think I've ever known a woman who actually wore one. The base is really heavy. If you drop this thing on your toe, the look on her face would be nothing compared to the look on yours. There's some nice detail around the base. There's felt attached to the bottom to help it stay put wherever you choose to display it. Overall, this is an absolutely beautiful piece. I'm happy to be able to finally add it to my collection. The only question is where to put it. If you own this piece, please let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments section below. If you spent any or all of your stimulus on physical media or collectible items, please let me know down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace.
Join us.
A huge shout out to all my patrons and channel members. I appreciate your generosity and support of my channel. Become a patron today and join me for exclusive live streams, get early access to videos, and have a say in what movies I review on my channel. Become a channel member and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream. Links are in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.